So can I come? Can I come?
So Oshin, ma'am is saying you're making curd, garlic curd. आप बोलो खाओगे?
हाँ,
अच्छा।
मैं खाऊंगी, आ जाओ।
आ जाओ। बोलो आओ। करना
Very nice.
Today she is
Yes.
with the staff making tea and curd and garlic curds and dips on all everything.
Awesome. Yeah. So you've got a chef already at home. How cool is that?
Okay, let me just settle her down and then I'm going to be on my new.
Sure. Hi, Kabir. How are you?
I am good. Ishita is away with Zoya. They've gone somewhere. So I'm not sure if she'll be able to join, but I'll continue.
Okay.
I did try to make a small recording, but I've sent it to you. I'm not sure
you
if it's
have?
working. Yeah,
Okay, I think I haven't seen it yet.
that's all right. So
I'll
I
see.
did practice the sounds, and quite amazingly, Zoya did recognize the alphabet. She does know them, but moving on from A for apple, it was great because now she can say A for ant as well.
Yeah.
The A sound is what I'm working on right now.
Right.
So I did try that.
Yeah. So do move, so do teach her teach her the whole thing, the whole right up to Z, the whole thing. Abacad. I'm sure, like she's just waiting for it.
Yeah.
Whenever I've taught children who are, they're not really up with the class, right? It's literally like dropping water on the parched land, they just receive it like this. They've been waiting for someone to just say this. So I think I think it'll be great if you can just teach her like 4 5 things, and then teach her the whole abacada, and then let her try to do 1 or 2 words, like but duh, and then be like, oh look, this you've read that. So I think she's going to be really happy if she just gets the hang of it. Then she'll want it to learn more and more.
Because today what I observed was that she still tries to, recognize the word itself from the image rather than that's. So I'm trying to change that. I try to hide the image and then tell her to read it out.
Yeah.
So I was pretty. So today, for a dog, she said she recognized D, so duh, and O for aw, so dog. But then when I said G, she wanted to, see the image because she was not being able to, you know, sort of join the words. So
So my suggestion would be, see, the thing with the whole system is that you're always being evaluated and tested, right? So whereas the first two don't matter, if you don't get the last one, you have kind of not passed in that sense, right? You have failed the test, which is why this fear, right? So how I would suggest you do it is, keep all the letters, right? Teach her the whole abacada, okay? And then keep the letters over there, and give one person. So if there are 3 of you, one person can have all the vowels, right? And you maybe you give the first letter, or she let her give the first letter, because she's afraid of the last letter, as you can see. Okay, so let her give the first letter. Let Ishita give the vowel in between, and then you add the last letter, right? And each person say their own sound. Let it not be a stress on her to identify all 3 sounds. Let her identify only one, but it's fine. See, eventually she will go through the whole alphabet by taking the first only. So that's our objective. It doesn't matter whether she does a g at the end or the beginning. When it comes to g, na, she will already have identified g, right? So what does it matter? So eventually then you can move her to the last letter, and you can move to the middle, and then you can, or whatever way she wants it. So basically there should be no anxiety.
I think it's more than anxiety. I think suddenly when they realize that, okay, now this is getting a little too much, they start to run away.
Yeah. No, the problem is with, always us telling them that, maybe you don't know this, right? So it starts working on us that, oh, maybe I don't, maybe I don't, maybe I don't. So I know a lot of children who are good at home, they will say everything at home, but they don't perform in the exam because they have this fear of failure. It's a very unfortunate thing because, fear of failure can really destroy us. So I would suggest, do it in this way where the pressure is very low, where it's just like bringing things together and getting excited about the result, and then she can be the one who can actually get an object to match, so don't try to do more than 5 so that there's more than enough time to go get objects and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Hi, Priyanka.
Hey, hi. I actually wanted to, it just struck me when you were saying fear of failure. Recently during the Ganpati procession, there was like a stage set for performance for children and all that. So, my daughter had made her wear a nawari for the fancy dress, and we didn't know that, we could say, like, the kids could say something. So while she was going to go on the stage, like her turn was the 5th one, and so they started, and then we also asked the host, and the host said, yeah, they can say their name, etc. So I told her to say 2 lines, and then she was okay. But I could see as her turn came near and you were trying to prepare her, maybe it was also our anxiety rubbing on her that, okay, your turn is next and you have to say this types. And then she just caved at the moment when it was her time to go, and then she was just not leaving me. So I held her hand and tried to get her to the front of the stage while I was walking down, but then she was just so uncomfortable, and then I went on the stage, I took her, and then I asked her to say it, and she just turned her face to the backside. So I was thinking, when you were telling, fear of failure, so was that our anxiety rubbing onto her, or that, first time being in that situation, because she was just 2.7?
Yeah. So stage fright is a big thing, right? It's supposed to be the
Mhm.
greatest fear of human beings, right? The fear of being on stage and speaking is greater than the fear of death. This is what they have found out from
Wow.
research, right? So we really can't judge children who can't go on stage and speak, right? So I mean, I'm not saying that you'll never be able to speak, but yes, I think a lot of examples are really, useful. So for example, like, if there is some event next time, you should go up on stage without any pressure from her, on her. Like, she's not even performing, but you should go up on stage and you should do something. So
Got it.
automatically you will find that, she will next time want the mic and want to say something. So, we have to always lead by example, that this is not something to worry about.
Got it.
And this is something that, so I wouldn't really call this fear of failure. I would call this a normal fear in that sense. Like a fear of cockroaches or a fear of heights, one of those fears. But I think, leading by example is the only way we can do it. So like, my daughter, ever since she was born, she's seen me conduct events. So I have been conducting like birthday parties. When we used to live in the Northeast, I used to conduct like 5 birthday parties in a week. I was literally like an event organizer.
Wow.
Over there. So, children, they like to then, they feel that mama always has the mic. Even we need the mic. We want to say something on the mic and so on, right? Still, I wouldn't say that everybody likes to be on the stage and likes to speak. That is something which I think, it comes with the time.
Yeah.
Next time such a situation happens, just go up on stage. Don't ask her to say it at all. If she says the first time no, just say it yourself. So this is so and so. She's so many years old and she's dressed like this. Walk off stage, So de-escalate the situation is what I would suggest. Right?
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Dutta,
In
I have
retrospect,
Yeah.
just a sec. In retrospect, I actually feel that the way we were trying to tell her to say that, because we also got to know at the last moment that she could speak something, was a wrong path to take, and we actually kind of rubbed on our nervousness and anxiety onto her.
Yes. So I think, next time there's something like this, and there are many things that we will discover, let's say at the last minute. Okay. So it's best to go with whatever you're prepared with. If you do
Right.
want to do an add-on, do it yourself.
Yeah.
At this age, nobody's going to judge the child for not doing or saying something. Go with what you have. So this is what I always tell older children also when they go for an exam. Do what you have prepared for. Don't worry about what you have not prepared. No one can be 100% prepared with everything every time. But
True.
if in preparing for that we lose this, then it's a big loss.
Yeah. And also it was her first time, so maybe that could also have been. She's too young, yeah.
Yeah, as first time parents, we have a lot of enthusiasm about a lot of things. I think, slowly it's important to, tone it down a little and do some stuff ourselves, to get rid of our own enthusiasm instead of pushing the child to do so many things.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I had something to add to this only. So, being a doctor, so obviously, my daughter, so there was an event in the house, which was after COVID, a very big event. Okay. And I obviously, Oshin is pretty young, so I wasn't expecting her to be there on the stage or be a participant in any of the function. So I was anchoring, I was dancing, I was supposed to be, that whole managing the whole thing. So throughout the preparations, she did not ever get involved in those things, and she wasn't eager to dance or not. And then we realized also that it is no fun to even program them and let them just flow with the wind. But the day the event happened, she saw me on the stage, and she came and she's like, Mike. She wanted
Yeah.
to do what I was doing, and she actually ended up busting my dance by standing behind me, which I wasn't aware of. So when she came on the stage, nobody came to know, and she was there, and I was about to trip, but then she was the one who said, "Mama, utto." And I am happy that today ma'am could see her. So we danced, and luckily the Bum Bum Bole, which we had just put behind my song, she actually was the one who was clapping because I was clapping and I was interacting with the crowd. So I guess that justifies the explanation that ma'am is saying, that you enjoy without inhibition. I guess you will just enjoy that thing and the fear will eventually go off. And I never wanted to be a gynecologist. I wanted to be a pediatrician because I was afraid to not become a hostile, impatient gynecologist, which I have got. Gynecologists are like very ruthless when it comes to, because they end up being that. And my grandmother told me that, why don't you become a gynecologist, which you want to set as an example? So instead of becoming a pediatrician, I dropped my pediatric degree in Philadelphia University and took up an Indian degree for gynecology. And today I am a cosmetic laparoscopic gynecologist. So, and I love it. So
Nice. Awesome.
that's
Awesome.
that's one fight that I fought for myself.
Fabulous.
The trade-off.
Fabulous. Great. Hi, Lavanya.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was a little
Great.
tired. I reached home yesterday by midnight, 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So I'm very happy that you joined though. Because
Yes, ma'am.
when you're there, it's a different experience, I feel. Of
Definitely.
course, you have the
Yes.
recording, but still. Okay.
But
So
I've
today
gone through all the mail.
you went
all
through
the mail.
everything? Yeah.
Yes.
Again, we will start with the revision today because
Okay.
I feel that nothing can be done without repetition, and I want everybody to do this repetition so that they don't expect it from their child at all, that without repetition my child will get it. No, children are not going to get it without repetition, just like you are not getting it without repetition, right? So we forget how much repetition we've had in the years that we've known how to read, right? So it's like a million repetitions in a moment that we're having. So yes, we cannot expect it from a child who doesn't know how to read. Okay, to begin with, I'd like to begin with a picture. Let me show you a picture. Okay, we found this picture yesterday and I thought, let me show it on my screen. Can you see my screen? So this is me.
Yes.
And this is when I was teaching my daughter how to read. So she's 2.5. And this is how I think I was taking some printouts or something, and she was just hanging out, and my husband took this picture, and yesterday he was showing it to me, and I was like, okay, this is then, I'll just show it to you people so that you know this is how children learn, but they learn really with a lot of enthusiasm. You can see that big smile on her face, because they feel like, oh, look, I know this and I know that. And the main thing is to help them to feel proud of what they have learned, right? So at every moment, it should not be about, oh, you learned it and you forgot. They should go away with the feeling that, look, I've learned this, now I know this. It should be that kind of a feeling, right? So the feeling is very important. The feeling is very important. The phonics is not important at all. The feeling is very important because that is what is going to encourage the child to actually read, right? So I wanted to show you the pride on the child's face. That's why I kind of projected that picture.
Ma'am, I had a question.
Yes.
So today I was dealing with the vowels with my daughter.
Yeah.
I took the small letter A and I said a karke the face. I don't know what she correlated with it. She took the A and threw it in the dustbin like a.
Ah.
I was like, okay, fine. Now
Okay.
my reactions are basically what she's noticing. So I tried
Ah.
to imitate, and then I was like, okay, now let's mellow it down. So then
Ah.
I did not say E karke, I said E. Then she's like, okay, E. Then so is it okay to just take the thing in your hand and not say I says E? I just took the thing in my hand and said
Yeah.
E.
Yeah. Just say E at that point. Slowly, that correlation will come, right?
Fine.
I'm sure she already knows the ABCD song. So, when you say Abacada song, it'll immediately correlate with each other.
No, I've been singing it for the whole day today. So
Yeah.
today was a good day for us.
So, yeah. So there's enough time. Don't panic. Do it slowly, without any, stress about doing too much in one day or doing it wrong. Children adjust, honestly, but as long as we're teaching it right. So today I'm also going to do one of the books, okay? But let me start with Bossy R. Yesterday we were going to do the Bossy R, and then I said that there are too many vowel sounds, so let me just leave it, right? So before that, let us first do one revision, okay? So can we do all the vowel sounds, the basic vowel sounds? So Kabir, would you like to start? Can you give me the basic vowel sounds?
The vowel sounds are eh. Sorry. So it comes out, the comes out.
No, don't put the h at the end because it's just because for egg, for elephant.
So E O O.
Correct? Okay. Now, if we add E at the end, right, Priyanka? Can you tell me like 5 words? You can take a moment to write 5 words with the E at the end, which will change the word. So, Kabir, can you make 5 words with the basic vowels? A, E, O, and in the middle, right?
Without the E?
No, anything. Yeah, without the E.
Without the E, this cat, met as an MET, lip, mop, mug.
Right? Okay. Everybody's clear with the sounds, right? Lavanya, Astha, everybody, okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
these are the basic sounds, okay? Now we are moving on to if we add E, what happens to the sounds? So basically, whenever we add E at the end of the word, the vowel starts saying its name. Okay? So yes, Priyanka.
Pain,
Pain.
lane, main,
Pain after that is?
lane, Lane.
No, so E doesn't come. Yeah, fine. Okay. E doesn't say its name because it can't be EE. Right? Yeah. Okay. Then
I didn't get that.
no. So
Lane.
it's LANE is still telling the name of A only, right?
A.
The
Lane.
vowel says its name. So if it is LAN, it is LAN. If it is LANE, it will be lane. And always
Lane.
remember to roll the vowel nicely. Okay, so it's lane, right? But still, it's never about the E. So the vowels are A-E-I-O-U, right? But the E at the end doesn't prompt the E in the middle to say its name.
I got you. It cannot see if the word has E in the center, the last E would not emphasize the middle E.
So it'll never become pete. Like he said pet, right? So it'll never become pete. You understand what I'm saying?
Like
All the
E.
other vowels will say it's their name other than E.
Yeah, so it's L-A-N-E, right?
Correct,
So,
correct. So it's all still A only saying its name.
yeah,
Lane,
lane.
pain.
Yeah,
It's still A saying its name.
correct. And that's how it should be when
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ending
I'm
with E.
saying that A-E-I-O-U, right?
Huh.
So E doesn't have this thing. A says its name, I says its name, O says
Oh,
its name,
okay,
U says
okay,
its
okay.
name, but not E.
Got it. Yeah,
Got it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Next word.
Main,
Main. Yeah.
main,
No. So what's the
cane.
next word with I? A word with I in the middle.
Oh, I did only AE combination.
Okay. That's why the confusion. Yeah. So I said do with all 5 vowels, all 4 vowels rather.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can take a minute to do that. Yeah, Astha, let's do the sounds where A, E, and O say their name in a vowel team. Okay, so A, what is the combination which says the A sound in the middle of the word?
A-E,
AI.
A-I, sorry.
AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's made,
Hmm.
paid, said.
Yeah.
What do we have to say about gene?
About gene. Gene. So Gen, right? Gene. That's all. The E is silent, correct?
Please.
The E is always silent at the end, but it's making E say its name. Now it's a
Says.
very rare sort of a word.
It's a rare word.
So yeah, and children will not know this word. So we're teaching
Right.
them the common things. Later, when they come up with a word like this, you can explain it with the same rule.
Okay, got it.
So with AI, it's made, said, SAID, right? And paid. With EA, lean, clean. Okay. With OA, it's cloak.
No. With OA, it is clock
Cloak.
is CLO.
No, it's cloak.
Cloak.
CLO.
Okay,
Cloak.
okay, fine. Cloak.
Sorry.
Yeah. Cloak. Then
Uh,
boat,
boat.
coat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Priyanka, you done?
Yeah. Cane,
Cane,
cute,
cute.
pie.
Okay, pie.
I'm not getting for the OE. I'm thinking.
Okay. So we can say cane, then with AEII, right? So it can be stripe, right? It could be anything. It can be
Okay.
pipe, pip and pipe, right?
No, this is for
E at the end.
okay.
Pip will become pipe.
Yeah.
Right? And then tub will become tube.
I got you.
Right?
Okay.
Take it. Okay.
And what with O?
Huh?
Pot
With O.
becomes
Okay.
yeah.
Note.
Right.
So every time you have to roll the vowels, I see no one rolling the vowels. It will become confusing for the child if you don't roll the vowels. Okay. So it's not and note. Cross and rose. Nos and nose. Toss and pose. None of these are words, I know, but yes, you have to show them the difference, right? So it has to be pip and pipe, right? I've given a lot of words yesterday. Do you want me to read through the words? Or will you be good? I want everybody to roll their vowels. If you don't roll the vowels, then you'll get confused in the vowel team.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll read through the words once. Everybody read with me. We'll do that. Yes, Lavanya.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
are you clear? So tell
Yes,
me the
yes.
sound of A in the basic word. In a 3-letter word, tell me the sound of A.
Mat, rat,
Okay. Mat.
cat.
Okay. If you put E at the end, what will it become? Mat will become
Mate, mate,
mate. I want you to say it like this. Okay.
okay,
I want you to
mate.
say it. Mate. Can you see my mouth? Okay. Can you see the rolling? So that is very important because the child will copy your mouth. And the child will remember that when they are doing spellings, right? So when you say mat, it's mate. Okay. And then it's, suppose you say AI, suppose you get the A sound in the middle of the word with a vowel team, what will it be? Made.
No.
M-A-I-D, made. Not
Paid.
T, made.
Mate.
Right?
Paid.
So in that, don't roll the vowel over there. Okay.
Okay,
So it's
mate.
so if I'm saying mad, it's mad. Okay, look at my mouth very carefully. It's mad. Okay, stopped here. Made. I added the E at the end. And then there's AI. Made. Okay. Mad, made, and made. Okay. Subtle differences, but if you say it correctly, your child will learn correctly. Okay. Going on to the next one. Suppose we have can you tell me a word which is with E in the middle? A 3-letter word with E?
Net.
Pet.
No, which we can add E at the end. 1 minute. Let me open my PDF. I have forgotten the words. I will open the PDF and
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
yeah, please.
Just now you said mad, made, made. So for the AI sound only, we have to roll it, right?
No.
For E,
For
we
the
have to
E
stretch it.
at the end, you have to roll it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Roll it means like stretching it. What you meaning?
Yeah, stretching it.
Okay,
Yeah.
stretching it. Okay.
Made.
Made.
Nose.
Okay.
Right?
But made, M-A-I, for also we have to.
There you have to just say the name. Made. A.
Then we have to teach AI makes A like
A
that.
sound. Yes, yes.
A. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have some difference. Otherwise, the child is not going to learn, right? They will get confused. Okay. So now you can see my screen. Let's do these words. It's at and eight. Yeah. Pan and
Pan and
pain.
pen.
Mat
And
and mate.
mate.
Yeah, what's it? Cap and cave.
Cape.
Rag
Rag.
and rage.
Rage.
Mad
And
and maid.
maid.
Sam
Sam.
and save.
Same.
Nap
Nap.
and nave.
Name.
Hat
Hat.
and hate.
Hate.
Okay. So then all these words will come like that. Face, embrace, lace. Right? Going on to E. Not E, I, sorry.
Ma'am, debate.
Debate, correct? So you've
But
divided
in
it
this,
into D,
uh,
bait.
so the DEB becomes 1.
No, DE is 1 and bait is the other side. Debate. So this is why I said, that clapping is very important. It tells you that this word has 2 syllables. Debate.
Okay.
Right? So it'll always divide like that. So whenever you have two vowels, right,
Mm-hmm.
in a word, so we can remove the last vowel because it's E, it doesn't have a sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first vowel will give its short sound, the second vowel will give its long sound. Usually that's the rule in most words.
The first vowel will give a long sound.
Will give the short sound.
Okay. So the E will give a short and the A will give a long.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So always, we'll divide the word into 2 or 3 parts, not more than that.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Then we go on to the I. Okay. So it's kit and kite, bit and bite, fin and fine. Say it. I hope everybody's on mute, but I hope you're saying it. Tim and time, hid
Time.
and hide,
Sit
sit
and
and
hide.
sight,
Sit,
rid
side,
and ride.
rip, and
Okay.
ride.
Then these are all words: I, slice, nice. So this is, I will tell you the CG rule now, right after this. Okay. So all these words, even words like criticize, will be like this, right? So even though there are 3 vowels, criticize, it will be like that.
So again, the first two will be shorter and the
Yeah.
last one would be.
Yeah. So usually it's like that. Usually English has a lot of exceptions, but this is a usual rule. Okay. Then coming to O. So it's cod and code, not and note, cop and cope, rob and robe, not and note, hop and hope, slop and
And
slope.
slow.
Okay. So all these words will come along with that. So even if you see words like explode,
Explode.
right? So it's explode, episode, right? So even bigger words will just have this basic thing when you break it up, right? So the child need not get confused at all. It's just very, very basic to break up the words. Okay. Then coming down. So don't teach the big words at first. Only do what I'm doing with you right now. Okay. Then tub, tube, cub, cube, cut, cute, hug, huge, dud, dude, right? Then you have all these words: tube, shoot, tune, flute, amuse, all same. The funda is the same, right? So this is for your understanding, so that you don't get overwhelmed how will I teach bigger words later, right? All you have to do is break it into 2 parts, and first part this side, second part that side, right? So don't get flustered and like इतना ही तो सिखाया, आगे क्या होगा? आगे भी इतना ही divide करना है हमें. We don't have to do anything more than that. Huh?
Pollute will be pollute, right?
Pollute. I'll teach you the double thing over here now in a little while, but it is pollute, or and ute.
I got you.
Okay. Right. So we're now done with these words. Let me close this. Let me stop sharing. Okay. So we've come to that. Let me go back and see what is the next thing. Okay. So now you've got that. Let me also do a revision of the other one, that is the vowel teams, so that it's easy for you, right? I hope everybody's finding it, easy. I mean, I hope reading is becoming easier and simpler and more logical for you through this, because that's the idea, right? Okay, so it's plain and plain, right? I want you to pronounce this so that, you will know how your mouth is moving in the AI and the E at the end, okay? Pronounce it. Plain and plain.
Plain.
Main,
Main.
main. Tail
Tail.
and tail.
Tail.
Sail
Sail.
and sail.
Sail.
Male
Male.
and
Male.
male.
pain,
and
and
pale.
pain,
Made
made,
and made.
made,
Pale
pale
and
and
pale.
pale.
Okay. So all these words will then
Pale.
come like that. Even bigger words, right, will all have the same funda.
P,
Coming to E. Okay.
B.
Lavanya, are you getting it? Is she
Yes,
there?
ma'am. I'm
Yeah,
reading. Yes, I'm
getting,
here
no?
only.
Yeah, keep reading, okay? And move the mouth like me. Otherwise, later you'll have confusion, okay?
Okay.
So it's T, beat, seat. In this, we didn't have, I think, those corresponding words are not there. So just do the regular words. So it's T, beat,
Beat,
P, seat,
beat,
C,
see,
Beak,
beak,
eat,
eat, weak,
beak,
meat,
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 peak,
leak,
leak,
leaf.
leaf.
So when you say these, right? So I would like you to do this practice every day yourself. Do it in front of your child. After a while, you'll find the child is correcting you. See, you're not moving your mouth correctly. So when you make a big show of the whole thing, right? That this is the right way and that is the wrong way and stuff like that. If you ever say it wrong, you just see how people catch you, especially children. So, when we used to catch my dad, he used to be like, oh my God, So even now, my daughter, she'll keep telling me. So today, I have this chair and I sit on it, and usually that's my place. So she came and she sat over there, and I was telling her who's sitting on Goldilocks's chair. So she's telling me, Mama, Goldilocks didn't have a chair. It was a bear's chair. Goldilocks was sitting on the chair, so it's not your chair. Okay, so children are, of course, she's 16 and this is just a joke, but I'm saying the 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, they love these kind of things, where you bring in the wrong thing later and they like to correct you, right? So, but don't make the mistakes in the beginning. In the beginning, make a big show of doing it correctly, how it needs to be done correctly, and this is the way to do it, and I've learned this and so on. And then later you'll find that they're pointing out your mistakes, and it's a great way to learn when you point out mistakes. Okay, now let's go on to the next bit. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the soft C and G, right? Lot of confusion in soft C and G, but today you saw that when you have, say, E at the end, and you have rice, nice, mice. Okay, so the E makes the S sound. Then you have rag and rage, right? So that's the difference. So you have to know this when you do the E at the end, because the E changes the sound of C and G. The I changes the sound of the thing in front of it, right? So this is what I was trying to tell you yesterday. Give me 1 second, share the screen and show you this. Okay. So you can draw this. I think it'll be very useful for you if you draw it. It's called Gentle Cindy. Okay. So basically, what are the alphabets that are going to change themselves? It is C and G. Okay. So you can make the hair with C and G. So small c and small g make up the hair of the face. Okay. Then you have E for the eyes, I for the nose, and Y for the mouth. So all these, whenever C and G are followed by E, I, or Y, C makes the S sound and G makes the J sound. Okay? Done? Okay. Is this clear to everybody now?
Yeah.
So it's very important to know this when you're doing 4-letter words, because otherwise you will get stuck and you will not be able to explain to your child, why did this become J suddenly? Why did this become so suddenly? So know it. Don't teach it when you're teaching 3-letter words, but when you teach the E at the end, you will have to have this with you. Otherwise you will get stuck very badly. Okay. Okay, moving on to C or K. Okay, so the rule here is whether to use C or K when you want K sound. Okay, so C goes with A, O, and U. K goes with the other two. What are the other two?
E and I.
E and I, right? So when you want the K sound with A, O, or U after it, then you use C. But if you want the K sound with I or E after it, then you use K. So it's kite, kettle, right? Meanwhile, it is cat, cot, cut. So you can draw this, and for better remembrance, so you can draw C shape. Okay, that's it stands for the cat. Okay, so the cat's eyes are the O's. Its nose is also the cat's eyes are A. The cat's nose is O, and the cat's mouth is U. Okay, so when C is followed by A, O, or U, it gives the K sound. Meanwhile, K, okay, write a capital K and use the two arms of the K on the other side to make it a diamond. Finish it like a diamond. You understood what I'm saying? K is like this, no?
Yeah.
So take it and make it a diamond.
Okay.
Okay. The other
Yeah.
two arms. Okay. So, and in that kite, so it becomes a kite, right?
Yeah.
So E and I you write inside the kite. So when K sound is a K, when it's followed by E and I, gives the K sound.
No, I got confused. When it is C, when it is A, O, U, the the sound will be.
So will be if it is I and E after C. And K sound will be when A, O, or U is there. So it's cat, cot, cut. Clear? And then it is rice and site. CITE.
नहीं समझ.
Okay, got it? Everybody got it?
No,
Yeah.
I couldn't got the sound is basically I'm writing C and K, right?
Yeah. See, C has the K sound when it's followed by A, O, and U.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
And
And
C has the S sound when it's followed by E and I.
Now I got it.
And Y.
And Y.
Okay.
And now I got it. Sorry. Yeah.
And K is for everything else. Whatever it doesn't become like K sound, if you want with E and I, it will not be. C will start giving S sound, right? So there you have to use K.
I got you.
But these are for spelling, okay? As far as reading is concerned, just go with the flow. I'm telling you these rules so that if your child, which is 100% sure, they will start asking questions. Why is it like this? Why is it not like that? So then you should know these rules, right?
Then I will eat your head.
yeah, sure. Yeah, Priyanka, you have a question. Priyanka's raised her hand.
Yeah, no, I was not sure how to read Gentle Cindy. I mean, that drawing is okay, but
so basically, when C and G are followed by E or I or Y, the sound is S and J. So CE is S, CI is S, CY is S.
Got it. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
GE is J, GI is J, and GY is also J. So today, think up 3 words and you will not get confused again.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, Kabir, you have a question or shall we move?
Is the other Gentle Cindy that you wanted us to draw, C followed by A, O, and U, gives the K sound.
Yes.
So that's okay. We got that cat, caught, cup.
Yeah, correct.
K, with, you made us draw a kite, and E and I, that's kettle, kite,
Yeah,
and so on and
correct,
so forth.
correct.
But there are very few words that anyway you can make with K and A, O, U, right? Because I mean, I think most of them are proper nouns. Right?
Yeah,
So I think K as a standard will be with E and I,
yes, yes.
the K sound,
Yeah, usually.
usually.
So we're always learning the usual things. Once we know the usual things, we can always do the exception. Like
So,
सबके घर में
right,
चप्पल खोल के अंदर जाते हैं, सिर्फ उनके घर में नहीं जाते हैं. It's very easy to remember.
easy to remember.
But right from the beginning, if you start learning exceptions, it becomes very difficult.
Anyway, I don't think at the moment they are coming across words with K, A, and O. So
Yeah, they will
those are
not come across. Yeah, but you should know, because it will haunt you otherwise, or they may also come up with that question. They will
Yeah.
also come up with that question. I can guarantee you, because previous sessions that I've taught, the children have come up with questions like this. What is this? How can it not be like that? Why will it be like that? So then the parents are all like flustered. So I'm teaching you this rule. Okay.
Ma'am, Kite, right? Cite. So because C is coming after I, it will be sight.
I is coming after C. Sight.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Kite is because we wanted to use K
Correct.
sound.
Yes. So it's KIT.
I got you. And what about SITE? Is it a
Sight.
word?
Site. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Site. Construction site. Lavanya, you got this?
Yes, ma'am. I
Yeah?
got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now let's move forward and let's do sight words. Okay. So everybody was asking about sight words yesterday. I had sent the PDF the first day, right? Now for that, I want to show you the story that we had yesterday. Okay. Okay. Now suppose we're reading the story. Okay. Can you read this? Tha is this. Okay. By and large. Is also readable, right? With the first day's work only. Okay. Red hen. Okay. All readable? Correct. Red hen has as a hut. The hut has a cot. Okay. Now, what we see here is that most of the words are readable, right? But words like this, the, they come over and over and over again, right? In any, whatever you do, right? Whatever you read, this, the, can, come, these kind of words, they keep coming all the time, right? Again, they're not pronounced in the very classical way. They're pronounced with a little, like you said, you're not saying there, like it should be said.
That's was the question that I wanted to ask you.
Yes, exactly. So this is why we use sight words. Okay. So sight words are words that you know on sight. You don't break them up. Okay. So you just learn them with memorization. Okay. So this is how you learn it, right? So you make cards like this, right? So you have the and common words like this, right? You, I, again, you, very difficult to break up. I, am, they, says, very, give, what, right? And we just memorize this. How do you memorize this? So say, you have these cards. So you make 2 of these, right? And, you will play that game with cards. So you turn everything over. You make all the cards and you turn them over, right? Then you pick up one card and you see it's the, right? And you keep it in your hand. And you know where it is. And then you keep opening all the other cards until you reach the other the. And then you pick up this the and this the, and you've made 1 point. You played that game, right? No one has played this game in cards?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. It's like a memory game.
Yeah, memory game. Correct. We play the memory game all the time in cards. So with words which are very common, it's a good idea to play this game, because it makes it very easy for the child to then remember these words when they are reading a text. They don't have to break up these words every time. right? So red hen may not come every time in every story, but the, and, this, I, a, these will come everywhere, right? So it's a good idea to do this and memorize this and play it like a memory game, right? So I have sent a bunch of sight words. These are some more sight words, okay? Similar, okay? These are more come, about, look, when. So whenever you're reading a text, right? So you're reading a story. Now you look at the story yourself once. Okay. So this is how to read to a child, right? How to pick a book for a child, how to go ahead with, reading such that the child can read. So make a game with the words which are common in this text, right? So what are the sight words do you think we'll make from the first 3 lines? Yes, Kabir? What do you think should be the sight words from the first 3 lines? This, yes?
Is,
yes,
has. Now,
okay.
A in this context, it can be a. Now,
Yes,
we've already
yes.
taught them A is what they know as A,
Yeah.
and now we are teaching them A. But
So,
in this, usually in regular reading, we refer it to as a. This
so,
red hen has a hut.
correct. So better
Can
to
we
make
say
it a sight word, yes.
yes? So it's better to identify it with, if it's in within a sentence, then sight word.
Correct. So when it's by itself, it's a. Okay. So we
right.
can take these as sight words, and the also in the third line, right? So in this one paragraph, we have 4 sight words as far as I can see. This, has, a, and the. Okay. So you make 4 cards out of these, and you 8 cards rather. To this, to, has, to, a, and to the. Okay. So you have 8 cards and you're playing the memory game with it. Did you understand what I'm saying?
Ma'am, has can also be broken and not take as a sight word.
Yeah, it can, but since it's very common, right?
Okay, got you.
So, it's nice if you can have it as in your head and it pops out without you breaking it up.
I got you.
We want as few words to be broken up as possible. Okay. So now, if you have those 4 sight words, Astha, what will you make for the next 3 lines? We already have the.
The we have, has we have, we have, and so I guess and.
And, yes, and is a good word to make over there, right? Okay, Lavanya, if we have those 5 now, we have 5 sight words, okay? And can we move on to the next 4 lines? And can you tell me what are the sight words you will pick from here?
When?
Correct.
The
we already have.
Okay.
So that's it.
Puts.
Right?
Puts.
Puts maybe not. It's easy to break, but yeah, you can use puts if you want, right?
Because you usually it is put.
Correct. Puts, yeah. And then in his we can have, right? Although it can be easily broken up, but we can still put it in the sight words, right? So now we have 7 sight words. And yeah, we can take and. It's easy to break up, but we can use it, right? So we have about 8 sight words, okay? And is anyone noting them down?
Yes.
Yeah, did you note down? Yes, Asa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we move on to Priyanka. Priyanka, can you tell me in the next 4 lines, what if we already have what we already have? That, correct.
Yeah, that's it, I think.
Goes. The fox goes. Goes is better to put in a sight word because it's difficult to break up at this point, right? For the child.
But 2 vowels
that keeps coming all the time. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. But 2 vowels come together. First vowel will talk.
It will talk, but we are still in the day 1. We are still using the child's day 1 knowledge only.
Okay.
We are only using the 3-letter words, but 1 or 2 4-letter words will invariably come up in a 3-letter word story also. You got me, Lavanya?
Yes, ma'am. But how the child will know this is the sight word? We have to use the memorize. This is the
No,
For
no,
these
child
words,
will not know.
okay.
We don't have to tell them that these are sight words, these are not sight words.
Okay.
Why are we doing sight words? So that it becomes very automatic. So say if someone asks what's your mother's name, your child will automatically say Lavanya, right?
Uh-huh.
It
Okay.
won't be like, okay, my mother taught me or my father taught me or someone taught me. It's something which is
Ah,
already there in the brain. Finally, we want the child to know everything. How we put it
okay.
in is different ways. You
Okay.
understood?
But
Yeah.
yeah, understood. But in this sheet, okay, if you're
Hmm.
giving the same thing in another book, how does
Hmm.
the child will find out? Is there we can mark it something? We give the child, you mark the sight words where it
No,
is.
no marking
No.
and all. Just keep reading like that. The child already knows now from the first story.
Okay.
So they will carry it on to the second story. So as you can see, okay, so now we have about say 10 sight words.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now in the last one, I don't think there's any more extra sight words to add. Okay. Now, has anyone noted down all the sight words?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me.
This, the, and, when, puts, his, has, that, goes.
Yeah. Okay. So if we know these sight words, do you think we can read lots of stories?
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
read the will come in almost every line of every story. Will come in every line of every story. This will come in every line of every story. Once the child has learned it, then you don't need to, add this as a sight word again, right? For the
Okay.
next story. The child has finished learning it out. You can keep these memory cards, and whenever,
Okay.
whenever you feel like, you can play with them once in a while. It's like revision. It's like tables,
Okay. So
like when
get
you're
this
doing
is also.
multiplication, you won't ask, okay, did you learn your tables? Now say it like this, say it like that.
Mhm.
You're just going
Okay.
to continue. Did you understand what I'm saying, Lavanya? Is it clear to
Yes,
you?
ma'am. So get is a sight word, right? Get.
Get
Gets.
can be broken up, but it's nice if you can make it a sight word, but the child
Because
will learn
when
anyway.
because the G comes after E, it should be J. But if
Yeah,
the rule doesn't apply,
correct,
so we can, right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever you feel, my child may get stuck, right? Make sight
Okay.
words with that. You can put them up on the wall for frequent reading. You can play memory game with them. Eventually, the child should be able to recognize. So, for example, if the child sees Coke, they will not call it Pepsi. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they have seen it so many times and called it Coke that they will
Yes.
never call it Pepsi again. So, similarly, if they see they will call it the only. They will not call it this. Hello. Right. Okay. So, Priyanka, you have a question. Lavanya, is this clear? Very clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
How to make sight words, right? So, I've given a
Yes.
list of sight words, but and those are the common words. But as the child's reading level keeps increasing, you will have to add more and more sight words, right? So you have to look at the text and say, okay, what is the most common over here, which I feel should come. So before you start reading the story, maybe 2 days ahead of time, you can play this memory game without any agenda, right? It's just a game that you're playing. What happens is then when the child is reading the sentence, the fox goes, the child is breaking up only one word. The child already knows the and goes from the sight words. You understood what I'm saying?
So basically, ma'am, sight words are not specifically like these are the sight words. They
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
ones that we are the ones who are telling them that these are common ones that helps them easier reading.
Correct. So there's no defined number of sight words as such.
I got you.
Whatever is common, like, if I'm looking at I'm not going to break up
I got you.
okay. So similarly, like, suppose the sentence is the phenylephrine in the drug. Okay. So the has come twice now in the same sentence. Now, if I don't know the word phenylephrine, I'm not reading the those at all. So that is one load off my head.
I
I'm
got you.
only breaking this up. Phenylephrine, right? So
And
it
also
is
with
easier for
the
me. So I'm not getting intimidated by the sentence because I know that only one word is difficult for me. All the
I
other
got
words I
you.
already know.
So also with the difficult ones, such as the get words, such as all
Yeah.
those
Whatever
fishing.
you feel the child has not encountered and which are very common. So like red hen is no point in teaching the child because every story will not have red hen, but every story will have the, this, and you know. So those
Yeah.
words are worth remembering.
I
The
got you.
other words are worth breaking up.
ठीक है.
You understood? Yeah. Lavanya, is this clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you got it? Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, I just had a question about that two cards. If you like the game that you were talking about for the sight words, if you have two cards with the and the, so one is you kind of have it with you that this is the, and then the rest of the cards are showing the word, and then you just have to match. Is that the game, or you have to memorize and then flip where the was?
No, so initially it's an impression, right? So if say you're playing with a 2-year-old, I would recommend not having more than 4 cards or 6 cards, right? So that's
Yeah.
3 words, okay?
Hmm.
So they lift the first card and it says the. So you'll help them to read it. See, this says the, okay? Now let's lift the next card. What does it say? It says and. What's the next card? No, these are not the cards. Then the 4th card. And, no. No. Last card. The. Yes. Let's put it away. Okay. So to
Yeah.
reduce the pressure on the child, we can do the lifting and the matching by ourselves initially. After a while, you'll find that the child is telling you, please come, let's play this game. You know, if it's
Yeah.
fun enough. So the next time when you lift, so the next card is and. Okay. So now you're lifting and. Now you've already seen that the and is in the second line in the next place, right? So now you can say, hey, do you remember where and was? Do you remember? You know, this was this was check. So you lift it and you say, oh no, it's only okay, back. It's put it away, right? Now only 2 cards are left. So you pick up and what do you think is here? What do you think is here? It's okay. And we have one. So it's never like you have one or I have one. It's always we have one. We have done it. Right? So there should be no fear. So I can guarantee that, you know, a child who plays this once or even twice will already know all the words, right? Because children are that smart. You tell a child this child's name is Sneha. You think the child is going to forget? Never. They'll tell you her phone number is this, her mother's name is this, her father's name is this. She has this car, she goes to this school. Some 10 details will come out about that Sneha, which you also don't know yet. Okay. So my daughter used to be the telephone directory of the whole colony. So we had a telephone directory, you know, this 4G numbers. So there were only 4-digit numbers. So if we ask her anything, do you know so-and-so person? Yeah, this is their phone number. This. So she's sitting and she's mugging up on the 4-digit number from the directory, if you can believe it. So children do such things, okay? So never underestimate children. So this is how to play. Yes, you got it, Priyanka?
Yeah. Thank you.
Everybody understood what sight words are?
So basically, with the cards game, initially we can do 3 words
Yeah.
max.
3 words max. You can even do 1 or 2,
Yeah.
you know, depending on the age of the child. So let's say, you know, for a 2-year-old, you can just do 2 words, 4 cards. So it gets over fast.
I got
The
you.
attention span of a 2-year-old is only 4 minutes. The attention span of a 4-year-old is 8 minutes. So just see that more than that, it should not go, right?
No, with matching cards, they are doing 8 cards. I mean, with the house and the animal cards and something like that.
Yeah. If they're doing, it's great. But now this is a new skill, right?
I got
So
you.
they should ask for more cards.
I got you.
You should not overwhelm them with more cards, right?
Okay.
They should ask you, can I have these? Can we add more cards? I'm getting bored. The game is getting over very fast. So then
Okay.
add 2 more cards, right? Okay, so we are now done with sight words, right? Okay. Now moving on. So now you know how to read to your child. So whenever you're planning to read a text to your child, initially do the sight words, without any agenda. Not telling them to remember anything, just playing the game. Then when you're reading the text, right? So you're breaking up. This is red hen. So you ask the child, if you know any of the words, just tell me, okay? You read that word, then I'll read the next word. Okay? So make it like that so that you'll find that the child is pointing out that this is this. We played it in the game. If they don't point out, you can point out. Hey, look, a word from that game, it's here. And you can let's take out that card also. Let's match it and see. This and this. Both are there. Same, it's this. Right? So it has to be a journey of discovery, and it has to be discovered with excitement. You should not be like, I don't do that word, you don't remember it. Not like that. Right? Okay. So now let's move on to bossy R. Okay. So I was going to teach you bossy R yesterday, but let us go to it today. So the bossy R, okay, it changes the sound of the vowel in front of it, right? So if you have AR, okay, so it's not R, it becomes R. Car, star, mar, right? So the sound of, so R changes the sound of the vowel. It's not a, it's not a, it's not a, it's a. It becomes a. So R, car. Everybody got this? Okay. Now, in case of the other vowels, I, U, and E. Okay, I, E, and U. Okay, if you add a R after it, so I, R, U, R, and E, R, all three make the sound shower, slurp, girth, skirt, right? So the bossy R changes the sound of the vowel in front of it. Now, again, there's a difference between reading and learning how to spell. So we are not going to tell the child where IR comes, where UR comes, where ER comes. I will tell you this, but don't tell the child. Just tell them that, see, this is a shortcut. Whenever it's ER, IR, or UR, we'll just call it and leave it. Right? And whenever it's AR, we'll call it R. With OR, it's simple, it's OR. Right? So that I'm not teaching you. I'm just going to show you let's go through the PDF that I'm going to send you for this one. Hang on. Let me. Yep. Lavanya, is it clear since I can't see you?
Yes, ma'am. For I or what is it? I
All, So now see what I'm showing you. Okay.
Words.
You're going to read words so that you can make out how it goes. So it's cat will become cart. Can you see? When you add a R in the middle. Pat becomes part. Had becomes hard. Okay. Then let's read some more R words. Bar, dark, far, farm, start, mark, arm, star, jar, yard. Then even bigger words like target, market. So AR gives the R sound. Okay. Yes, Lavanya, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Kabir? Astha? Priyanka? Okay, everybody's
Yeah.
got it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's move on. So, ER, UR, and IR all make the sound. Okay. Now, usually, ER is used when we need the sound at the end of the word. I'm telling you this, but don't have to teach the child this. All you have to teach the child is that ER, UR, and IR all make the sound. Much later, when the child is spelling, mostly you won't even have to teach the child this, but the child will, if the child asks a question where to put which then you can explain this to them. But mostly you will not have to do that. Okay. So what are the words here? Tower, shar, tar. So again, in this, we are not even saying the WOW, flour, longer, toaster. Okay. Is used when we need the sound in the middle of the word. Burn, hurt, turn, church, surf. Got it? Everybody?
But for UR doesn't make any difference.
No.
It's not like
All
correct?
are only. ER, UR, IR. All
Power.
are
Like UR.
Yeah.
Power. Okay.
And IR is used when we need the sound in the middle of the word. So the rule is that it's followed by MDTH or TH, but leave that. Don't bother about the rule. Just remember that it's bird, birth, third, skirt, shirt, squirm. Is this clear? There are exceptions like fur, perfume, circus. Do not teach the exceptions. Get them as they come. Handle them as they come. Okay? Is this clear to everybody?
Ma'am, how is for an exception? It's or the
No,
sound is-
because the for is coming here. It's coming at the end of the word. We are saying that it's in the middle of the word.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, like
Go
that.
back to ER once again.
To ER, yeah. Okay.
So the sound.
Mm.
Tower, flower, flower, longer. It's also depending on which consonant it's being.
So don't get into, like I said, there's a difference between spelling and reading. When the child reads enough, they will know the spelling. They will not even have to learn the spelling. Any confusion? Yes. What was your confusion, by the way? I didn't get it.
So the sound. So if we say flower, right, so then it's not the sound. It's
Yeah. But it's spelled like this, right? So when you're reading it, it will be like that.
It will be like, okay.
Yeah.
Or,
even though it's pronounced as flower and shar, we do write it like this.
Yeah.
Right? So when the child reads, it'll be Yeah.
It will be flower and shower.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to write it like that, but when we say it, we say flower and shar.
But calling it flower and shower, is it wrong?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the wrong pronunciation. So the actual
just like education.
pronunciation is shar and flower, par, tar.
Okay.
Yeah. So even other things like, door. Door is never pronounced door. It's pronounced door. But yeah, okay. There's no point in nitpicking like that. English has been, everybody has made it their own English. So it doesn't matter. Now, like the British can just say goodbye to the English. It's become everybody's language. Everybody can say it the way they want to say it. So it's fine. Don't bother with such things. So I've written some sentences that you can then go on and start to read. So it's like a bird sat on the branch of a tree. So you can see that, all these by day 3, your child will be able to read these by the time you've come till here. Okay. Meanwhile, in order to practice these words, you can do these. I will also send you this PDF. So it's surf, curd, curl, slurp, herd, nerd, jerk, fern, bird.
Here the
girl.
ER is not being at the end only.
Yeah, it's not at the end, but it's, you just have to manage. There are a lot of exceptions. Bird, girl, twirl, skirt. So here I've highlighted the sound. So you can, when you're reading through this, like you can tell the child, okay? So you tell me where the comes, okay? It's the bird sits on the tree near the bird. So you let the child, jump in with the sound, So you're reading it and you let the child jump in with that sound. So it's just, it's just making it fun enough. Comes the air wearing a skirt. The girl twirls in her skirt. Right? So you allow the child to jump in.
This one's already with a book. She's intrigued that, I'm trying to study, so she knows it.
See, Zoya.
Yeah.
See, Papa's learning how to read.
Okay.
Teach him your words, okay? Teach him your words. You know your words, right?
You say yes? Okay. All right.
Yeah. So show her all the ers, and then when you read this paragraph, she can jump in with the ers.
Got it.
Okay? Yeah. Okay. So this is about the bossy R. Everybody got this? Right? So yesterday, I think Ishita had made a word with AR, and I had told her, let's leave this for now. When I was telling her to make a word, she made the last consonant as R. So I had told her, leave out the R. Don't put R in the end because it has a different sound. So if she was here, she would have known what I'm talking about. So AR always makes a different sound. It makes R. It doesn't make air. Right? Everybody got this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Right. So, yeah, with that, let us move to the next thing. Okay. Now, again, emphasizing over and over again until the child is thorough with what happens in the first day one lessons. Do not go to day two. Until they're thorough with day two, do not go to day three. Okay. And day two will take a long time because, we think that, okay, the vowel has two sounds and it's done. But for a child, it will take a long time to understand that silent E and the vowel team thing. Okay. Do not go really fast and, try be in a hurry to teach the child everything. So with that, let us move on. Now there are ending blends, right? So what are common ending blends? Some of the common ending blends are ing, running, jumping. Yeah. Whenever you say, ing, so ing, ming, ching, bing, right? So ing is a good thing to teach children as an ending blend. Then there is ink. A lot of things end with ink also. So, ending blends can be anything. Yesterday we saw lamp, hand, right? So actually when the child runs and they will usually bring in and say, oh, this is hand, right? So that's, that's about that. Once you know the ending blends, it makes it much easier for you to read many, many, many things. So blending is a great thing. Practice blending frequently. Then there are the double consonants, okay? So what is the rule for the double consonants? Okay, so usually we use the floss rule. When words end with floss, okay, FLOSSZ, right? Then they will always have a double thing in between. 1 second, I will show you the PDF that I'm going to show you. This is again spelling, it's not reading. As far as the child is concerned, when they're learning to read, it doesn't matter whether it's double or single or whatever. As long as they're reading the letter, it will give the sound. So again, it's only almost always. So the floss rule tells us which consonants are doubled. So F, L, S, and Z are almost always doubled when they come at the end of one syllable words and are preceded by a short vowel. So it's pass, staff, bill, jazz, right? Now there are a lot of exceptions, which is why don't teach the child this. I'm teaching you this so that you will know when it becomes double. But the child will just read smoothly. So if it's written pass, the child will usually not bother about, why it's double and all. They'll be happy, okay. दो alphabet है लेकिन एक ही sound है. Good. ज़्यादा pronounce करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay. So this is for you to know. That's it. Okay. So you can read all these words with the child. Staff, stuff, stiff, puff, cliff, sniff, off, pass, less, class, dress. So again, the rule with the double is that whenever there's a short vowel sound, then it will be followed by a double consonant. Right? Again, this is a spelling rule. It's not a reading rule. So it's for you to know, but not to teach the child. So when you are teaching, say, a sentence like this, this is the first day funda. Let us get a shell. That's it. No need to tell her why it's shell, why it's a double L. No need, not required. From the beach, right? Sam said, toss the stone into the lake with a splash. Sniff and you can smell the smoke. Here, two sight words have come in, right? So these, just read with the child. I am telling you the rule, but you don't have to tell the child the rule. Just smoothly read with the child. If the child asks you why double and all, then you can give them the rule, but otherwise don't bother to tell them the rule. Yes, Priyanka.
So right now, the way I'm reading to her is like normally how you read, but now when we start teaching her this, should we like also break down the words and then read the story?
So my suggestion would be that, read a book by itself, the way you were reading it, but with correct pronunciations. Now that you know the correct pronunciations, right? So if it's maid made a roti, you read it like that.
Okay.
The maid made a roti. Okay, read it like that so that the child will know. Now, in a day, since your child is just so small, okay, you don't need to go to 4-letter words at all. Just remain in 3-letter words. Do the abacada sound 3-4 times. Okay, match the alphabets with the abacada and do maybe 3 or 4 words which she can identify. Right? So it can be ma'ata, pa-ega, sa-eta, sa-ita, right? That's it. 4 words. Okay. Maybe also do some sight words because that is fun to do and the child can do it also. And children are doing it now, right? At that age, they're already playing memory games. So do these. And then when you're reading, right? So read. Let us get a shell. Let us get a shell from the beach. So you tell her that you're sitting on my lap and I'm reading it. If you know any of the words and you want to read it, tell me. Okay? So there's no pressure on the child to read. The child will say, Mama, the. So you tell her, yes, this is the. We played that game, remember? So let the child then get the card and show you, Mama, see, this is the card. Right?
Got it, yeah.
Yeah. So the story continues as it is. That's in the story time, there's no pressure. In the abacada singing time also, there's no pressure. Identifying the letters also, there's no pressure. Only 5 words in a day you can do. As far as older children are concerned, 4 plus, those who are there, they will go faster. So maybe they like to read like 10 words, 15 words. They'll also be able to do a lot of words over here, right? They'll say, hey, mama, I can see let, la, at, sir, right? And you can also say, hey, look, did we do this get, go, at today in the morning, right? So you're helping her to identify that, look, what is there over there is also here, So don't mix story time in this. It should all be very pressure free. Is it clear, Priyanka?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Right. Okay. So this is about the double consonants. Now, from here on, we will be doing stuff which you don't really need to teach the child, but it's for your knowledge, right?
Ma'am, why do we call it a floss rule?
Because
FLO.
usually F, L, S, and Z, these are repeated.
So O
These
is
are
just
the
like that.
alphabets which are usually repeated
Okay,
at the
got
end.
it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about ending blends today. Okay. So the floss rule, I just told you, no need to get into the details of that. Now, I'm going to tell you the ending rule. Okay. Now, if we put A at the beginning of the word, what is the sound of A at the beginning of the word? Yes, Kabir? Yeah. Yes, Kabir? Beginning of the word? A. Okay. Correct. Suppose it's AI, then it's A, right? Again, in the middle of the word, if we want the sound of A, how will we make it? Either we put in the E at the end or we put AI in the middle, right? But words don't end with I, right? And E is always silent. So if we want the A sound at the end of the word, what will we do? We put Y. So it becomes AY. So if you want to say day, you can't end the word with A because it will come da or da, So if you want to make it day, you have to put a Y at the end.
Fine.
Is it clear? Right? So in all the cases, right? So if you want A at the end of the word, you will put AY. If you want E at the word and end of the word, you will put EY, monkey. Okay, because without the Y, the E will not have its sound. I will usually be followed by E because I told you yesterday, right? To get the I sound at the end, you have to put E. O, again, Oi, it becomes Oi, O-Y.
For I we put E.
Yeah, for I you put E. O, you put either O-W or O-Y.
Semi-vowels.
Yeah. And you put U-E at the end. Okay, so this is how we get the vowels at the end of the words.
For U we get?
U-E. Blue, true, clue, dew.
That's after rogue. Right. My ROGUE is the most
Right. So it's a rogue. And again, so if you look at the etymological dictionary, right, it'll tell you why it's like that. But we don't need to go into the details of that unless you're really interested in etymology, and children will not get interested in etymology at this point. But if you go to spelling bees and all, like when they give you a word to spell, you're allowed to ask questions. What's the origin of this word?
Yes.
So that helps you to identify the spelling. So it's very interesting. So my daughter used to do spell bee for a while. So, we used to really, and since we're as a family, we're interested in etymology. So it's very interesting to see where it's derived from. Was it derived from Greek or Egyptian, or was it derived from Latin, or, where did it come from? German, right? So it gives you different spellings, right? But by and large, if we want to end a word in A, E, or O, then we put AY, EY, OY, or OW, right?
Okay.
And if you want to end it with I and U, you put IE and UE, okay? Again, all this, the child doesn't need to know. What the child needs to know is to read a lot of words like this and know that it ends like this, right? So I will show you the words that I'm going to send you.
So the AY sound is what so holiday. So, DAY.
Day, yeah. A, whenever you want A at the end, right? But the child needs to basically read like this. So the child needs to know that when it's AY, it's just A. So it's play, pray, day, may, say, spray. When you do this over and over again, the child will automatically, learn these words. So again, you can, like I said yesterday, you can do that spoon thing. So you write AY on the spoon and you write PR and you give the child the AY on the spoon. So the PR is there, the child brings the AY, and then you say pray, say. So you can bring one side of the word and they can just bring the A every time. Right? So it becomes a word family. It's easy for the child to learn. Yeah? Is this clear? Lavanya, is this clear?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
For, okay, AY, just A. EY, we have to say E. E.
Yeah.
But pray, monkey is, key is EY. For some words, it's different, right? PREY, pray.
There may minute differences, Lavanya. Like I said, there's a difference in reading and spelling. When you're reading, keep reading. Just spray, hey, tray. The child will recognize that when it's AY, we have to say A. When it's EY, we have to say E. Right?
Okay.
I'm coming to that. Then I will show you the EY words. Okay. So these are all things that I will send you and you can practice with them. So EY words, bay, hey, obey. Right? So you can see that it's a little different from there. And then there will be monkey. I've put that in a different PDF. Monkey, donkey, right? Like that. It'll become a little different from these. Did you get it, Lavanya?
So we can tell as a sight word, right? Instead of
you can say it as a sight word. Even hey, hi. These can all be sight words, right? But obey, right? Monkey, donkey. This is not in this PDF. It's in a different PDF. But yes, it'll come to you, right?
Ma'am, but then EY is making obey and then monkey it's saying E.
So sometimes it says E, sometimes it's saying obey, sometimes it's saying monkey. You just help the child to do the whole word family.
Okay.
The child will start reading on their own. But
E
this
also
is for
like
your knowledge.
I got you.
Right? Okay.
So, ma'am, one doubt, because you were saying the child, if keep on reading, the child will get it. The child is 4.5 or 5 years old. How much time will you suggest to read apart from the school books so that the child will remember all these spellings?
So
and
number
all
one
these?
is you first of all read the avocado. Okay, do only day one, right? So you can say this is day 3. First, the child should master the day 1.
Okay.
Then move to day 2.
Okay.
Right, and then move to day 3 after the child has completed and mastered day 2.
Okay,
right?
so if the child is in day 1, we have to read only the day 1 related story books only.
Correct. So I have sent one. You can make up. So, you can give the child a bunch of words, right?
Okay.
And
Yes,
you can make
yes.
up a nonsense story with it.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever it is. What does it matter if the story makes sense or not? Just put a bunch of words together and say, okay, this is my story. It'll be a funny, silly story, but the child will be happy. You are also happy. Draw one picture with it. Don't do it for more than half an hour with a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be a fun thing that is raising the child's self-esteem at all times. It should not be something that the child is finding oppressive, like schoolwork, right?
If I may add, ma'am, I think right at the beginning you said that in itself the language is very confusing.
Yes.
So, I mean, at this moment, I'm sure we all are having, or at least I'm having a tough time, trying to decipher all these rules.
Yeah.
So, rather than imposing, I think, like you rightly said, that if we just focus on the abacada, I think that will break down a lot. And breaking words is more important than rules, I guess.
Correct. Exactly. For
Once we learn how
reading,
to break,
breaking is more important than
Yeah.
anything else. And
Yeah.
then you have to know that when it's AY, I have to say A.
eh,
When it's EY, I have to say they, A, or E,
Yeah.
right? So that's about the word families, right? So
Yeah.
in that also, it can be fun thing. So you bring A, say your name, right? So show the usage also immediately with that. I'm
Yeah.
saying my name, right? So in that way, right, it becomes a lot of fun then for the child. Otherwise, the child also starts running away from this, right? So it should never be something the child is running away from. In fact, it should be something that you are revising every day, right? So more than making the child sit and play, sit with all the cards yourself and act as if, oh, look, I'm revising what I learned in the course. What if I forget? It's a very interesting course. I'm enjoying it so much. And invariably, the child will come and sit next to you and say, can I have this? Can I take this card? It's a very precious card, okay? It's just like gold. Don't lose it. I'll tell you what it is. Don't give it to anyone else. It's our secret. Says, do you want to play my game? So it should be something that the child wants, right? Which you're not giving the child, which is yours. Then only the child will want it. If you go on telling the child that, you have to do it, they will never want to do it. Right, Lavanya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is especially true for slightly older children, 4.5, 5, who have already encountered a lot of failure with the reading.
Okay.
Right? It should not become a problem for them to read. They should enjoy it. They should die to read it. Hey, I got one card.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Now, if you want O at the end of the word, then you will put OW. So it's snow, row, blow, bow. Again, this is for your knowledge that it's coming at the end of the word and all. And as far as the child is concerned, they should just know it should be O should come when you're reading OW. So I don't read it because it's a semi-vowel, right? So it's show, follow, pillow, below, O. Everything is O whenever there's a W also. I don't read the W. That's all they should know. Okay. Then coming to ew, right? So it's dew, flew, crew, chew. So again, you can end it with ew, EW if you want the U sound also. Blue, crew. So you don't need to teach them spellings. When they have read it enough and you have made it enough, right? So give them the ew wala spoon and let them come with it. So both of you are running from the opposite sides and it's and it's dude, right? So it has to be like that, right? So that's when it becomes really fun and the child remembers it. So, life is about two things, okay? When do we learn things? This is something very important to remember. We learn either because it's fun or because of fear. If we learn because of fear, we will always forget. But if we learn because of fun, we will always remember. Right? Yes, Lavanya?
Yes, ma'am. So, so the child starts to read nicely, but after that, the spelling is different, you mentioned, right? So only by seeing the words, reading, she will get the spelling right.
Yes.
The first she might write for flower, FLOER, because by the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Then later on, by seeing it, we have to correct it. The correction will happen.
So usually, so then, you can bring in a story about flowers. You can write your own story. a 3-line story.
Okay.
This is
Understood.
a flower. The flower is red. The flower is nice. The flower is I have a flower, right? So such things, you can write such thing. The flower is nice. The flower has a nice smell,
Okay.
So you can write some 4-5 lines and it becomes your story. You can act it out. This is my flower. I have a red flower, right? So everywhere, wherever the word flower is coming, the flower can be written. You can bring a small flower and you can tell them, paste a flower next to it. So every time they're pasting it, they will also see the spelling, right? So
Okay.
there are many ways of learning the spelling by repetition. So it
Repetition.
will look wrong to you when you are writing. If you write today,
Uh-huh.
you will never miss the W.
Mhm.
Correct? Why?
Yes.
Not for any other reason, but because you have seen flower so many times that it looks wrong to you,
Correct.
right? So spellings are learned like that, but reading has to go smoothly so that the child learns more and more. So as soon as the child starts reading the day one words,
Mhm.
start making them read stories which have a lot of 3-letter words. I have sent you a story, actually. I've sent you a bunch of stories. You can make up more stories like that based on it.
Mhm.
All
Okay.
the words that I've given, just take those words and mix and match them. My plan is to make a few more stories. Maybe I'll make them whenever I have time. But yes, it is not difficult to make up those stories. Just take the words that I've put, add a few sight words, and make up stories. The stories don't
Oh,
have to make sense. In fact, when the stories are fun, the children enjoy it even more.
okay. One more question, ma'am. If the
Yeah.
child is like 3 and 4 years child,
Mm-hmm.
we are giving this 3-letter words like day one thing.
Hmm.
So before going to day two, can we introduce the writing part, or not in the writing part, or card side? Can you make the spelling of cat like that? Can we give the
So
Scrabble so they can make it
they can they can easily
simultaneously?
make. Yeah. So I
Okay.
would not suggest Scrabble because Scrabble actually has capital letters.
Oh,
So
okay.
try to make, either buy it, which have small letters, or make your
Okay.
own. You can
Lamination.
make those
Yes,
cards,
yes.
yeah, with
Yes,
small
yes.
letters, and let them
Okay.
bring those cards together and make their words, right?
Okay.
And let
Okay.
them not have any pressure to write, right? So I think the
Yes,
most
yes.
pressure-free time to write, although a lot of people may think that is unhygienic or whatever, is easiest when the child has finished their dal rice, to
Uh-huh.
write on the plate.
Mm.
That is the most fun to write. Because the child then you will find that every child loves to scribble on that dal rice. Every child likes to make that mist on the car window and write on that, right? So these are the places where writing should be practiced, because there's absolutely no pressure in these cases. There's another, or you could have a board and you could have the child teach you what they have learned. There is a beautiful Instagram page that I follow. I can't pronounce it. It's Mazzy Mati or something like that. That's the name of the kid. Okay. And she loves to teach her mother. So her mother's name is Ashwini. Her mother is a permanent teacher. And she'll keep teaching her mother everything that she learns in school. And the videos are so interesting. As soon as they come up, I start watching them. They remind me of my daughter, who is like a permanent, correction master. Like I told you, Goldilocks didn't have a chair, like that. Okay, so that is just like that. I'll send you the channel if you want. It's so cute. So she's telling her mom, okay, tell the days of the week. So the mom is like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So she's like, oh, such bad pronunciation, Ashwini. It's not like that at all. It is Monday, not Tuesday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, Wednesday, not Thursday. You should not touch the word R like that. It's Thursday. It's not Saturday. It's Saturday. So, it's such fun to watch that kid, and children love to teach. So give them an opportunity, give them a blackboard and sit there and be the student and tell them, can you teach me these words? So children love to teach. It's also easier for children when they're writing on vertical surfaces rather than when they're writing on horizontal surfaces. So allow them to write, So my daughter, I taught her all the Hindi alphabets. English, she didn't struggle to write, but Hindi, she used to struggle with the E and all. So I used to make her write on the board, make her write outside, in the garden. So you change the space, the place where you are writing, and the whole writing will just come. The child will enjoy writing in the outside space, things which they were hating to write inside. They will love writing on the board what they were hating to write in the book. But of course, they should first know how to read it. That's very, very important. And don't stop children from scribbling, right? Let children scribble, because scribbling, when they scribble, when they bring something to you, hey, I can see a B over here. I can see a C over here. I can see an A over here, So it's like, oh, it's not like I can't write. I can write, right? But use these opportunities to teach, like when you're in the car, scribbling on the window and all that. Those are such fun. Like I would still do it even at my age. So, any child will love to do it. Yeah, Asta, Lavanya, both clear? You have a question?
I have a question, actually two.
Yeah.
You showed us a slide that said you due. So E also comes with a W?
Yeah. Sometimes it comes with a W. So words don't end in U. So either they end with UE or they end with EW. Again, these are things which are, I would say it's a lot of nitpicking as far as thing is concerned. It's just about, reading. For reading purposes, you should just be able to make so many word families and give the child. That's it. So I have provided lots of words just for the purpose of making word families.
Got you. For the OY sound, boy, these are not the right words to give an example of.
So it's nice if you can make boy into a sight word first and then match it with a lot of other words and make a word family. Boy, soy, toy, doy, like that.
But the sound should be bo, like the O should come now in the end.
So oi is a sound, So oi will be oil and boy is oy when it comes at the end. When it comes in the beginning, it'll be oi. When it comes at the end, it'll be oy. So, the English is a flowing language.
I got it.
So, it'll not be exactly O, it'll be oh, boy. So these are called diphthongs. If you looked at the terminology which is attached, but we are not going to be bothered with the terminology. What are we going to do with the terminology? We just want to read the word. That's it. No point in confusing.
I got you.
Right? Okay.
One thing you were talking about the flower, right? FLOWER, FLOUR.
Yeah, flower is also flower. Yeah. So that's the thing, slowly the child will come to know. It's like I said, wind and wind are the same spelling. But in the same sentence, a child will recognize wind and wind. Okay. Then there are words which end with LE. That is very important. Lots of words end with LE and they have the sound. Apple, dongle, castle. So all these have the LE sound. Let me just show you.
Scale.
Yeah, all. Whenever L is there, then you will not pronounce the L at the end of the word. You just say One sec.
Oh, I didn't get you. If there is a LE, the E will become silent, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to say.
So it's that's it. Yeah, the E becomes silent, right? So this, if you teach the child, so you teach them apple. Immediately they'll be able to read bottle, turtle, buckle, able, candle, fable, cable. So most of the words they end in l. So it helps you to read a large number of words. So always, see. So my suggestion would be this, okay? Now, today we're going to finish the classes for this week, okay? And we're going to have the next class on Saturday. My suggestion would be everybody go and try to do the day one words with the child, okay? And then pick up a book and try to read a book. So first of all, start with my red hen story, which I will send you, okay? So that has to be done with sight words and with the words that come in the day one, right? With that, the child should actually be able to already read that whole story by Wednesday, Thursday, right? The child should be able to read the words by Wednesday, Thursday, and read the story by Friday, okay? Now, I want you to read another story to the child of any book which you have with you, right? And see what are the problems that you're encountering over there, right? So that will again teach you how to choose books for your child, right? So this is a big mistake that we make when we buy books for children. So even fantastic book like, Dr. Seuss is supposed to be the book for children to read. But if you see, he's matched The Fox Had Socks. Apparently those two words match, socks and fox, they rhyme with each other, but they are spelled completely differently, correct? So you're just creating a confusion in the child's head. So a book like that, although it's so famous, should never be bought. There's another book of ABCD in the Dr. Seuss, the same publisher as Dr. Seuss. If you see it, you will know how wrong it is. Okay. So this knowledge that I've given you today, right, it'll help you to identify which books to leave out so that they will not confuse your child. No matter how famous, do not use them initially because they will confuse your child, right? So now, I want you to do day one with your children, okay? By the end of the week, the child should be able to, with the help of sight words and with day one words, the child should be able to read the red hen story. Tell the child that this red hen story was also illustrated by a kid, which is very evident. And tell them to, do you want to make your own story and do you want to make your own pictures to match with this? And, maybe display it over there, help the child to draw it, help the child to label it, maybe give them an egg actually to put there as a, display, like a hen, if you have a toy, and an egg and a fox and a hut, you could actually make up the whole thing over there as a 3D structure. You could make it on the wall and actually label the people and the things in it, right? Do a drama where you are wearing fox and the child is wearing hen, and then you could have an egg over there and you could have a hut. So do all these things and the child should be able to actually read the story. So eventually we want the child to read the story, right? Without stress. Don't think that, okay, the child is cheating on this word and actually they don't know it. They're trying to just fool us that they know the word. Doesn't matter. Even if they fool us, finally they're learning, right? Fool करके ही learn किया चलो, लेकिन सीख तो लिया ना. That's the main thing. So a lot of times, like when I'm teaching the child like tables, right? A lot of children come to me, they're in class 7, 8, and they don't know anything in math. So suppose I'm teaching tables, okay? The parents will just, see, he's cheating. Because I keep the tables right in front of me open as I'm asking the child to say it. So I'm like, okay, he's seeing 6 3s are 18 and saying it. But it's just another revision, right? That's all. Why should I think of it as cheating if in the end it's helping him to do another revision, right? So think of it in that context. Nothing is cheating. Nothing is wrong as long as it's a revision and as long as it's leading to learning. Okay. So this is something I want you to do with your child over the week. It will give your child a lot of confidence and they will be able to read other books. So when you're reading other books, tell them if you know any of the words and you want to read them. So don't say that if you know. Just say, if you feel like reading and jumping in with any of the words, come and read them here, right? When I'm reading. And then look at a book that you read to your child regularly, right? And see it, and let's see how and why you're not able to read that book to the child effectively to teach them reading. And let's work on it and see what to do with it, right? Like we did with the red hen story today. Similarly, let's take another basic book which you read out to your child every day, and let's then work on it and make it such that it will be readable for the child. Yeah, it should eventually prompt the child to read. So we want to look at what are the obstacles that are preventing the child from reading the book. What is the book that you should get the child in order for the child to read, right? Yes? Does this sound doable to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
I think this day 1, day 2, day 3, we finished in 3 days.
Mm.
I think it will take 3 years for the child to.
No, not 3 years at all. 1 week for day 1. At the max.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many months, ma'am? 1 month.
1 week for older children. They are 4.5, 5-year-olds, right? For
Okay.
your child, actually, because they don't know, they will learn even faster. But I would say, no, don't teach much because their attention span is 4 minutes, right? So don't burden the brain with too much. And as far as a 5-year-old is concerned or a 4-year-old, it's double the age, the attention span. So
I got
8
you.
minutes or 10 minutes. So in the 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever can be done. That's it. And it should always be fun, and it should always be like the child is learning something new and telling you, and you should be very excited about it. Like, oh, I got this. We got this, we did this, right? Oh, nice.
That's her attempt on a circle.
Awesome, yeah. So good, Dashi. Really, really nice.
Thank you for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, darling. So cute. Okay, so Lavanya, don't think that it'll take 2-3 years, and don't think of it as a burden. If you think of it as a burden, the child will also feel burdened with it, right? Get
Yes.
excited about it.
Mm.
Take
Okay.
the printouts, you cut it, let the child also cut with you. See, this is my work. Can you help me a little with this? I see so many things I have to cut out, and then we have to laminate these and make this and make that. Can you help me a little? So children love to do these things, And this Diwali, maybe, you can decorate with the alphabets and letters instead of decorating with these things, so you can tell the child, let's write these, and, we can put them up like this in your room to decorate it. You can put some lights around them, whatever it is, whatever it takes to do a lot of repetition. That's it, So children are dying to do Diwali decorations always, right? They love to do birthday decorations, Diwali decorations.
That's
And those
what
are
we were
all
planning.
opportunities. Yes, do it. Yeah. So, you can start making these things and it'll really help you. So
Ma'am,
it'll also help the older children practice a little bit of writing because they have to make those cards in order to hang them up.
yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, for the older children, like 10 years, 12 years, some of my friends' kids, they don't know to even read. They're all, because of this COVID break, they're studying 5th standard, 6th standard, still in having to struggle. But for them, we can teach with these rule, and we can tell, and we can do that, no?
Yes, absolutely. So, you will find that they will pick up really fast.
Okay.
There are many 10, 12-year-olds who keep coming to me because they can't read.
Yes.
I had a kid who came to me. He was, I think, 5th grade. And by 6th grade, it was
Correct.
very obvious that he can't read at all.
Yes.
So he came. They actually located in Bhubaneswar. They came and stayed here for 10 days just to take classes from me. Though I kept saying that, this is not necessary actually. But they insisted, they came, they stayed here, they used to do classes with me. And the child, when you tell the rule, the child is like, why didn't anyone tell me? He literally has that expression, why didn't anyone tell me this before, right? So,
but the child has to unlearn the previous method, and it will take some time.
They will easily unlearn it. They want to leave that horrible method and come out of it. That is just a guesswork method where you're looking at the first alphabet and trying to guess the rest of the word. How can it be? There are hundreds of words with CH. How can you look at CH and guess the rest of the C and guess the rest of the word?
But this is a method we have studied. No, I have studied like that only, but till now I'm not doing any spelling mistake. That was, I was really wondering how in that era we did it, but now all the kids are struggling for
So,
reading.
Lavanya, at that time, we used to read a lot. That was the
Okay.
thing. Like, even for Hindi, I remember, like, every week, my mom used to have 2 Amar Chitra Kathas in Hindi delivered to our house. Like, the newspaper wala would bring 2 Hindi Amar Chitra Kathas to our house. And every afternoon, we used to sit, it was a routine to sit there and read 2 pages of it in Hindi. And my Hindi was superb because of that. Now,
Okay.
these devices, they're destroying the children.
Yes, very true, ma'am.
It is just destroying the children. Their spelling, their pronunciation, their eye movement, their body balance, everything is going for a 6.
Ma'am, what books or what newspaper articles would you prefer for Hindi and English? Like something which is like economical and easily available
For her,
for her, and yeah.
I think she's too small to learn anything right now. I would say just if you're going with Kakha Gagha, I think Amar Chitra Katha has stopped publishing in Hindi. I don't know whether they still do in Hindi. We used to also read Champak, although I don't like Champak much, but yeah, I mean, it was an alternative to read Hindi. Champak is available. I think it's still available. Chalo. Okay, I think we lost connection. Astha, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night. See you next Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Ma'am, I
Yeah.
was basically saying about the Kakha.
Yeah. Yeah, about Kakhaga.
For Kakha,
My suggestion
the
is don't
normal.
teach 2 languages together.
The normal.
Let the child first get English and then only teach Hindi. English is the more used language, right?
So if you are using Hindi at home and she is actually speaking in right now Hindi because she stays with mom, so she's always talking in Hindi. I'm the one who's exposing her to the English part now.
Yeah.
So that won't be a problem.
No, so she needs to speak more English in order to, learn English. Like I said, it's LSRW. So she needs to listen to someone speaking in English. She needs to speak English herself and then only start reading. Hello?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So basically we should start speaking to her in English now.
Lots of English, yes. So don't force her to say English. All you do is speak
Fine.
in English all the time. Whenever you are conversing with her, speak in English. So children learn that, with Nani I speak Bengali, with the Dadu I speak Hindi, with Mama I speak English. Like that, they get used to it.
That's
3, 4
fine. So like
languages in
with mom
India
she can learn Hindi, with that she's learning Punjabi, and with me she's talking.
Yeah, I mean, there won't be any confusion. Any number of languages, it's always known that more number of languages spoken at home is always good.
Fine. I think the net.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you next Saturday. Yeah?
Okay,
Yes.
fine. I got you.
Yeah. Ma'am, I'll not be able to do that with my daughter.
Okay.
Because right now I'm in Bangalore because of work, because I have to travel to office,
okay.
and she is in Mumbai with her dad and Nana Nani. So
no worries. You do it yourself.
yeah. That's the
give
plan.
you a good idea yourself. Yeah. Your daughter
I'll
is
do
really
that.
small. For the people who have 4.5, 5-year-olds, it's like a panic situation, which is why you should start teaching when the child is 2 years old.
Yeah, but the good thing is she started because of the reading, or because I don't speak very regularly with her in English, but because of sometimes when I speak, she's also tries to speak and makes an attempt, which is.
So I would say in your case, in your Astha's case, since the children are so small, just speak more English. That is step 1.
To speak more, right?
Yes, speak more English.
Yeah.
That would be step 1 for you people. For the older children, they already speak English, right?
Right. Okay.
I don't want myself to be speaking that half Hindi and half English to her. Like
no.
Like it's like bed jaw, eat beans.
No. Don't do that. You must always speak the pure language. Those who are speaking Hindi, when you speak Hindi, speak pure Hindi. When you're speaking English, speak pure English. Because children, they start using the wrong words over there also in academics then.
Is it the thing that is why she's having less interest in books? Because only in the night when I speak to her English, and the whole day I'm speaking in Hindi.
She doesn't understand, no?
I got you.
Yeah.
So basically, I should start speaking in English, and then she
Correct.
will have the interest in the books herself.
Correct.
Can I translate the books, Abhi, for some time?
Not required, because there will be pictures also,
So we can
So
just
you can show the picture and you say this is the hen, or you can take one of her toys and so look, this is the hen.
Okay.
Right? So the child already knows in various languages what it's called. If they ask you, isko murgi bolte hain, you can say yes.
Yes, because
continue in English. It becomes a very bad habit of explaining everything in Hindi. My daughter used to go to a school in Mumbai. It was a very famous school, but everything used to be explained in Hindi, So the children are never motivated to learn English. That's a very bad practice. When she came to Bangalore, I sent her to the school where they would never speak Hindi. No matter if you don't understand, too bad for you. So the child immediately within a week starts speaking fluent in English because they have no choice. They have to understand.
So the fact is that if I'm teaching her English, so I teach her English, but when it comes to teaching her Hindi, that would be a later on once I finish some English.
Yeah. I mean, don't teach two languages at once. It'll be very confusing. The k sound.
Exactly.
Then, there's too much k, c, and k. That will be like, then you will have her writing k in the English, which will become a big mess.
Won't it be like it's a delayed learning thing? Like I was weak in Hindi because obviously I never had interest in Hindi. But my sister.
Slowly you'll learn Hindi. She'll learn Hindi, finish English and then start with Hindi.
Okay, fine. Let's do. Even if it is like in the fourth year or something.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, there's a way that the brain learns languages. Once you teach one language, the child knows already how to learn the next language. The challenge is always to learn the first language.
So that's why today also, if I point out to an elephant, she would say happy to it rather than an elephant.
Correct. So you have to say that, don't tell her to say elephant. Just talk about it. Elephant is doing this. Elephant is doing that.
Okay, fine. Take it. I got you. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry for taking.
Thank you. No, not at all. Have a great week. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Recording हो गया ना?